Well, hello, Kingsman. Welcome back to another Napoleon Total War 3 battle. This is a 4v4 on the well-known map of Friedland. Now, I did do a replay on this map a little while ago. Let's just take a minute, though. You know, this map never gets old. You see the steeple way over here in the distance. You got the sun. Oh, well, I have to zoom out to get the sun. But you got the sun on these fields. It looks like a very bright, crisp, early morning. And the French are on the move. And they are taking on 4 Russian armies here. Obviously, we can't see what the Russians are. But for the French, we have a 11-point Lance, a Murat 12-pointer. So Murat will be on the battlefield. So if you love the heavy cav, well, there's plenty of it. I believe also Ledoux or Carabiniers, maybe. Oh, it's like Carabiniers, actually. There's the general himself. I believe he has some dragoons as well. But Lance also has a little bit of cav, some hussars, kind of supporting his army. These men sitting back, waiting to be called up to the front. But Murat has some dragoons on this side here, as you can see. And obviously, oh, I probably should do the mini-map, huh? Obviously, gonna pack a punch as there's so much cav. We do also have a 12-point Davout, so high points already for this French army. Oh, and I'm missing one army, I know that. Oh, there he is, Soult. He's taking the left flank going down this road. Obviously, gonna be trying to converge on the Russians, which I believe they already took something here. Yeah, Soult, or Lance actually, has taken this first point already. You see Russia setting up here. Looks like trying to go across the river. Oh, look at these uniforms. You got some in the traditional light infantry green. You got some with like this overcoat. They were a little cold this morning. I can't appreciate all of them now, can we? Here is one of the generals here with the tuft hat. He's pushing up. Yeah, they're gonna be taking on already some artillery firing. Wow, looks like a horse artillery firing at some line infantry from Lance. So Lance's men are already taking some losses to start this battle off. The first shots of the battle. I gotta say though, look at the fog and the sun, and oh man, it's just, who doesn't love Napoleon Total War 3? You know, it's just I do hear some cavalry potentially. Maybe engaging here. We have some Russian line infantry pushing up to engage the French. Looks like these are dragoons from Russia, sorry. Now, keep in mind, guys, on this map, there's a couple defensive positions that the Russians have, or whoever is defending has. And that is this hill. There's a river here. You have this hill with, excuse me, instant communications here. So you have men that can reinforce quickly along multiple flanks here. You also have the tree line, which you could go for this and push through the trees, but it takes a while. Oh, someone broke. Who broke and why? Oh, see, I knew I heard a cav fight somewhere. I just totally missed where it was. Dragoons hit some of Soult's chasseurs cheval and broke them quite effectively and instantly. These dragoons doing too well. But yeah, looks like we may have a cav charge going for the artillery. So hussars were ordered to charge the guns, being hit by some. Oh my good grief! That was friendly fire too. That was not just hussars. As you can see with the dead, that was actually quite a few Russian dragoons in the mix. Oh my gosh! Imagine getting killed by your own artillery. The artillery was saved though. At what cost though? This is a really good dragoon unit. And it got slaughtered. Wow, that was awful. That was awful. Now we had some French units from Murat, maybe trying to push up. This hussar unit is dead in the water. 8 men left. Oh my goodness. There is a lot of artillery for Russia, so this is not going to be an easy fight for France at all. So, if you haven't already, get your coffee or, you know, whatever time of day it is, coffee, tea, beer, I don't know. Unless, of course, you're not 18, in America at least. and get comfortable, because this is going to be a good one. France is going to have to make some big pushes, and it's not going to be easy. A lot of blood will be shed today before the sun even rises up to noon. Artillery's already set up another building, probably this one right there. Yep, they're running into it with some carabiniers. Howitzers already firing. Oof. Alright, so, okay, I see what kind of battle it's going to be. It's going to be an artillery strong battle. Looks like Davout's shifting over his troops. I don't know if they're going to try to do an attack over on this side. They have some skirmishers set up as well. Both sides don't seem to really want to do anything yet. Then again, we do have Solt still forming up in line of battle here. He's not in position yet. You can see the town in the foreground. Or the background, sorry. This would be the foreground. You see the French troops in the foreground.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Someone's general is under attack. It's not Solt. I mean, Lons is way in the back. He's not being too brave at the moment. Maybe it was Murat. Looks like more cav tried going for the artillery. It doesn't seem worth it at this point. It's easier just to advance and attack. But Russia seems to be very... I mean, Russia has the advantage right now. They don't have to attack. They just had to defend, and man, do they have a good position to defend. Looks like they sent some infantry in, potentially to take this LOC. That failed quite miserably, as these were light infantry, and they have gotten totally destroyed here. Now, I do like this Russian position. They have a slope defending, so the artillery really isn't going to get a clean shot on them. We do have more Russians actually pushing on this flank. This may be something that Davout wants to shift over to defend, or you can see already readjusting his line. It looks like Davout may actually be the one who's going to get hit the hardest at this time. Oh man, the artillery kills. The artillery is going to get a lot of good kills this game. I am just, that's my prediction here. Looks like we do have Davout counterattacking on the left side of, what town is this anyway? Oh gosh. Alright, well, you see the town. I'm not going to try to say it. I'm going to keep my dignity intact. We have a 4-pounder over here. Maybe you can try to help support this attack or defense. Looks like it's an attack right now. France is moving up and just volleying the Russians. I'm surprised Russia's honestly attacking. Because they have a good defensive position. You don't need to attack if you can defend, but maybe they're hoping to isolate the right flank and focus down Davout. Already you can see Davout is going to shift over, what is this, some reserves, the 51 infantry of the line, as well as a combat gen. Oh, the howitzers are just going. This house is at 200%. How is it not broken? You may lose that house, but Russia is attacking here, so I think France has a pretty good chance of winning this fight. Along the other front, we don't see a whole lot yet. We do see Russia formed up a little bit here. Looks like they're going to be defensive against Solt. And Lon seems to be remaining in place. He can always advance up to cover Davout if there's an attack. Murat may try to shift up some cav and get some kills here. He has some dragoons over here. Has more cavalry over on this side as well. The dragoon's a little faster than his cuirassiers, so maybe best for the situation to begin with. And look at these volleys they're exchanging here. No one seems to be winning yet. Line infantry moving up in reserve. Oh yes, look at the beautiful line we got here. Russia's pouring into them. Oh, you see the guy dying. And then you see the French returning. Oh man, wow, there's... Okay, I totally missed him. Oh wow, Russia's actually pushing the back, I think. I hear some cavalry charging in here. Oh, they're not going to make it. What a waste of some hussars. Now, they may hurt this Voltigere unit, but they're not going to break them, I don't think. Yeah, they're going to break first. Looks like they got volleyed in the river probably by this line infantry if they're reloading. Yep, see, they volley. You don't just charge. I mean, they're both sides are doing it. You charging cabin, going against line infantry. It's like that's suicide. You're not gonna win that fight. You have a whole line infantry, 2 lines that just volleyed your cavalry. Of who knows how many it was. But Russia is probably. I would hope. Oh wow, these grenadiers can square. Yep, they can. Oh, and Murat is repelled. He's gonna have to get himself out of there. Taking some losses here. Took only 8. Now he's gonna start getting shot in the back. The officer of the yellow coat. They're running past. Oh no, they're pushing over some light infantry here to get closer to me to shoot that square. Not a bad idea. You may not always want to bayonet charge, especially grenadiers. Now you gotta watch out because this is line infantry, or this is light infantry versus grenadiers. And grenadiers probably gonna take a beating though against the light infantry, especially if they go into. The thing is, Russia. Okay, they do have some cav. I was gonna say if they didn't have cav here, then they can't really go into melee and try driving back the light infantry. But they gotta watch out because if Russia starts sending up more and more cav, they're gonna get outnumbered, and then France will be the one in trouble when it comes to the cav engagement. Okay, maybe have some cavalry gonna advance. We have, yep, Russian cavalry advancing here. You gotta watch out for these guys, you know? Okay, why is it so loud? Let me do this side. There we go. Murat's shifting over more cavalry to ensure his position, so Russia's going to get a huge disadvantage. Maybe it would be in their benefit to take out this Russian cav, so have 1 flank and have 2 go in against this one. Oh no, here come more Russian cavalry, some lancers. So Russia is definitely not going to give up this fight. He has a general in the back. This fight's raging. The rest of... Okay, so we have the rest of Davout pushing up. Davout seems to be the one taking some action here. Although Lons has now started advancing up as well. I hear cav somewhere. I know I hear it. Here we go. There it was. Trying to take out some artillery from Russia. But we do have Lons now advancing up. But this fight is kind of... Well, what's it called? The showcase of this battle right now. Both sides fighting pretty well. It's changed a lot. I see a lot of light infantry for Russia, which could help them in this fight potentially. Artillery can't hit now that they've kind of gotten into this dipped area. Now Russia is outnumbered when it comes to cav. Murat's gonna send over even more dragoons and cavalry. He wants cav domination on a flank that truly matters, which I would say this one definitely does. See, both sides aren't even wavering or even shaken yet. I mean, this fight is very dead even on this side. Both sides taking losses. Here we go though. We have Lons pushing up here, can take on some Russian units. Oh, is this looks like Russian Guard almost. I mean, it's not got the proper flags, but it has you know, the uniforms of elites. More Russians over here. Where? Oh, here we go. Alright, so France did get cav charged here. You can see it's going to take some losses, and they may actually fire a volley on these grenadiers. They're going to probably charge some cavalry out. That's going to get repelled. More cavalry from Russia moving in, so Davout hit just a solid counterattack. Rather swift
Our men are
counterattack
running
here.
for...
And you can see they're taking long. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful charge by Russia with the cavalry. And now he's going to start trying to get his men out of there. Getting beaten back. You can see some Russian infantry also shifted over here. And Murat's not over here. So Russia, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but they attacked where Murat was basically not. We do have some dragoons from Murat now going to try to countercharge here. They do have some squares formed, but they just lost 2 infantry, and they may lose some more. And they finally broke the Russian cav, the first one at least. They may break this next one. charge here on these poor light infantry here. He's trying to get himself out of there. I don't know if they're trying to go for the artillery piece. They took out a couple
Our
of them,
men
but
are
now
running,
Russia is definitely feeling the pain here. They do form square as Murat charges in with the dragoons. Still nothing over here, and a lot of cav here. Wisely, Russia actually shifted over. Yeah, shifted their infantry back so that France would have an advantage here when it comes to the line infantry coordinated with the cavalry. And Russia has stopped France from advancing across this river. Very effective counterattack here. Now we do have a cav charge, which I'm sorry I missed. Looks like Russia charged in with some cavalry against light infantry.
The men
there's
of
a
the
chasseur
teeth
cheval trying to
must
cover
rest
here. More cavalry charging. Russia is putting pressure on Lons quite effectively here. A lot of cavalry rushing out of the fields here. And oh my goodness, Lons is hurting bad. You can see a lot of wavering here. I mean, one Russian cav unit has broke. Another one is now breaking, but France is breaking too, and another cav charge going in here. This is going to start really hurting France. They need to watch out because this French infantry, or this Russian infantry, is going to start shooting in here. Now Russia's going to try to counter charge here. More
men
cavalry.
of the
Oh my goodness, this is turning into a cluster. I mean, wow. Lons just had a mass rout here just because of cavalry. The cav is what stopped them over there. Now over here, Russia's holding this hill line. There, oh my goodness, yet another cav charge. Dragoons from Russia charge again. The howitzers actually killing their own troops, which is causing their cav to break. France is putting a lot of pressure here. Murat sent in some cavalry to charge the Russian line infantry. A huge cav fight over here. I'm sorry, guys. Everything happened at once. Of course it did. Russia's trying to hold against 3 dragoon units in. I don't know if the general's nearby, but they are holding quite well, breaking 1 dragoon, probably because of the square shooting on the side, maybe. But France's attacks are not going well on this side. And honestly, they are getting counterattacked pretty hard. Now, they did push up here. Looks like they're starting to break some of the Russian center with some crossairs, so very effective there. Over here, Russia has managed to just push Lons totally back. Now, Lons' infantry do come back, but they are now going to be very tired. They are going to be very combat ineffective. Over here, we have Russia taking on Solt. Looks like they're about to start closing in for a line fight. This is where the real action's happening, guys. And it looks like Russia managed to repel France. Now, he should rest up his dragoons. They're probably exhausted, as these guys are. Man, that was not... I expected France to win on this side with the cavalry. Russia must have some good dragoons on this side. Over on this side, though, we gotta watch out, because your crossairs are probably very exhausted. They're wavering. I mean, they're gonna... Oh, they're dead. There's nothing else to say about it, guys. They're dead. They're exhausted. They're wavering already. They're going to get hit. They're going to get some friendly fire, and they will break. So Russia just has so much cavalry. It is really helping them out. Lons is going to try to reform here. In fact, shift over some more reserves because Russia is just there. Oh, he did not get a form of square. That's so unfortunate. And these are just hussars for Russia. One of the few squarables that Lons actually, or Solt actually has, and unfortunately he doesn't get it. Now he's gonna get sandwiched between 2 Russian cavalry units. Over on this side, Solt is still pushing, and there's nothing to say that he shouldn't, except for his lack of cav. Murat is over here and not over here supporting these 2 line fights, and it is starting to show that they don't have cav superiority on this side. All the cav fighting is happening over here, and this is where it's going to matter. France can break Russia on this side with Murat, and that's the only way they're going to take this, because they're taking on, I think, 2 Russian armies. If they can take out these 2 Russian armies with Murat and Davout, then they will win. This flanking bow will sweep over and help Lons and Solt. Right now, Solt and Lons are taking some pretty hard hits. Lons has managed to reform. Most of his infantry, thankfully, came back, but he doesn't have a lot of squares. And that's going to really hurt him if he can't have cav to even defend those squares. We do have a... Sorry, I'm not really able to zoom in as much anymore because there's so much happening, but we have a regular line fight here. You know, very organized at this point. We do have Cav shifting over. He doesn't have any squares. Not a whole lot at least. He should have a square in this left flank. Because this is going to happen. See, testing the waters. He was seeing if they were going to form a square or not. They did not. Now he knows. He can shift over his dragoons and hit that flank. Let's see. Let us see what is happening here. Davu's still putting the pressure on Russia. Russia is actually probably showing a little wear and tear here. But holding beautifully. We have some fresh dragoons and some very tired dragoons, so Murat may look to re-engage this flank. I'm surprised he hasn't shifted Cav over to help defend Lans or Solt. We'll see. He does look to be attacking once more. His men are fresh. Actually, some of them are some of them are tired. Where's his Cav charging? Alright, so he's sending some Chasseur Cheval to charge a Hussar unit. This will be a fun fight to see. Now, maybe Russia will pay attention. In fact, oh, he's charging Solt on the flank here. It would be better to go all the way around and then charge in, but there we go. He should break that unit, but his lines are probably going to start breaking here. Oh, he broke one already. They need to shift their squares over because now Russia has more infantry on the side. Yeah, you see he's starting to fall back already. Oh, man. This is rough. France is just way spread out over a huge fight. A huge line here. And I think it's starting to tell. Now, Russia does have reinforcements. Some more dragoons. That's why these guys are falling back. They cannot take such Cav superiority on this side. And this is raw. I mean, the heavies maybe actually should even those odds. More Russian Cav still here. Russia's counterattacking here. They may potentially be trying to go for this LOC. Now, these Carabiniers are not in the house anymore, but they're getting close to it. But Russia is pushing right up to this town here. And, wow. Russia did get counterattacked here. Let's check over here. Where more cavalry once again is charging in. These guys can't form square. I'm surprised he didn't put the square over on the corner. Always put your squares on the corner just in case this happens. These Hussars, he's gotten his money's worth out of these Hussars, and they're not even breaking yet. But here we go. More Cav can try to drive him back, but Russia is going in for a bayonet charge here. Oh, no. He's going for some light infantry. Can he make it back in time? Oh, Russia is getting engaged now by Lans. Over here, Russia is going in for a bayonet charge and getting repelled. I would not have done this. I would have waited to see how this fight had turned out first. You can't afford to let Davu push over or send reinforcements to this side and even the odds here. But Russia seems to be actually losing this fight right now, the line of infantry fight. So, you know, that's not a good thing. Over here, France definitely seems to be holding it together. I think France is starting to catch on. They're starting to catch the pace of the battle. Russia had the initiative at first, and I think they're starting to lose it here. Just a little bit. Can they get some shots off and kill some Cav? And Russia's actually going to stand right here, and France is falling back. All they have to do is defend this flank and then maybe push out here. We do have Russian reserves being shifted up. Man, Russia wisely kept the reserves back this entire time. He's going to have a whole fresh line just about to engage here. France lost any chance at maybe attacking initially. Getting a good counter attack now will be a little more difficult. Look at this massive line on both sides. This is a very pitted, very evenly pitted here, I feel like, for the most part, with the infantry. I don't see a whole lot of disadvantages, although France does have way more line infantry than Russia does on this side, and their infantry keeps coming back. Even though it keeps breaking, it keeps coming back. It's very forgiving, I guess you would say. And I like how the fight hasn't even gotten into this whole area here. It's staying right in the initial. Like, that's how awesome this fight is. No one seems to be able to shift one way or the other. The last battle in Friedland, we have some cavalry getting broken by some hussars. Some dragoons, interestingly enough. Now potentially the general will be in trouble. Yep, Russia cannot lose his general. Cannot, or else this attack is as good as over. He's gonna form a square and run his general into it. And yeah, you're not gonna hit a square and expect to survive. All right, so the general has survived for Russia. That was a very close call. But France is starting to push up on Russia's flank. Russia probably should consider falling back, letting artillery help out in that situation. I would reform using this hill and form back behind the river. You can't afford to lose this flank. Definitely cannot. Are they advancing? No, they're not advancing, but you can't afford to lose that side. Both sides over here seem very dead even. No one's given way to the other. Hold on, I hear another cab charge here. Yep. Davout starting to take a crack at this flank of Russia. So Davout finally able to get some stuff done. He was really having a tough time for a little while there. I hope they don't charge into their own men. This is gonna be a tough one for Russia. Russia actually start fighting on this side. Still not a ton. Russia may want to consider the possibility that this whole flank caves and what that would mean for this side and this side. If Lons can break through here, he could go. This whole town's open for the taking. Friedland is open. You don't want that. Russia should be falling back. I'm surprised they have not fallen back. They're starting to they're starting to break away at both flanks. They need to fall back and survive, because they are not surviving right now. We have Russian light infantry, potentially no cavalry. Yeah, going in for a cab charge here. They just, with infantry support. So coordinated infantry support, a very good way to go. Always a wise idea. And you see that, yep, Soult is having real morale problems. The general's rushing up, gonna probably inspire his men, and the mass rout begins. I do hope this Russian cav chase these guys down so they can't come back, because that's the only way to keep Soult from rallying his line infantry. So finally a win for Russia here, because they're losing over here. They're holding over here. Cavalry did try to go for the artillery. I don't know if they got it. Where is it? Where's the artillery piece? Am I just going crazy? I don't know where it went, but Russia has just one flank here, and they could try pushing up just right here. If they have a squarable or two and have some cav to defend it, they could push up here. It'd be very viable. Oh, these guys are dead. That's okay. This fight's gonna go well for Russia. They're in the woods, they're on a hill, very good. Russia is falling back over here, very good as well. Oh man, poor Assault just hit a brick wall. He has artillery set up though, so he can still win this. If he falls back to his guns, it looks like that's what he's doing. He can hold by this river, let his guns do some of the defensive work here. He still has a line on this side. With Lons winning here, potentially they can come over and help him on this side where he's losing so badly. Or Lons will help on this side and help Davout and Murat push across, leaving poor Assault all to himself. But yeah, he's gonna push up. You see, he has taken some losses here, but he has plenty of really, really beefy units. So you know, he can. I think Lance is gonna win this fight over the long run. It may take a little bit longer with artillery here. This artillery piece should be turning and looking this direction and starting to really support this side. They cannot break on that side. Russia needs to hold on all fronts. They can't afford to lose anything, in my opinion. I think right now what the Blues planning on doing is just sitting still and holding by this LOC and wasting Russia's time. I mean, look at the dead bodies in this valley. Just the carnage. Oh, these poor guys. These poor Frenchmen, never gonna go back to France. Stuck in Friedland forever. Buried in Friedland. Alright, so the battle seems to be calming down here while it's heating up over here. Russia taking some losses here. I think the artillery, yep, the artillery is doing exactly what they should be doing, which is helping support this flank. You can see they are starting to really shake up the French line. France is pushing up here, though Russia does have a couple reserves. They're going to push up here. Oh, those grenadiers. Yeah, look at that grenadier unit. Some of them have like the top hats or the tall hats, and some of them don't. Very nice. But they're getting in position, and this is a very large unit. 174 men. They can definitely win that flank. Russia's still engaging Lons on, or Salt on this side. I don't know why I keep getting mixed up. At the same time, they're trying to hold here by the artillery. I think, is this more troops that have broken? Russia's very, very effectively destroying Salt in detail. Just one at a time, cav hovering. Probably gonna make sure that these troops don't come back. Russia's starting to lose on this side though. France with the Grenadiers is making a good impression here. And you can see already chipping away. I think this Grenadier unit is gonna, oh, there's the mass rout. It's just, okay. I mean, so the artillery broke one unit, but it was a little too late maybe. Russia should, I don't think Russia should be pushing across here. That's my opinion. Maybe they have a plan that I don't know anything about yet. That could be very, very likely. They may be doing something, but I mean, France is just gonna adjust their line and you're gonna get outshot unless you think you can take this fight. But Russia is about to just be disintegrated. There's 4 units desperately trying to hold this bridge. You can imagine like the general yelling at them to hold fast and fire and shoot as fast as possible. These guard units trying to set the example. But, you know, the bravest of the brave can fall too. And I guarantee you they are falling fast. Yep, see? No matter how brave you are, bullets still kill. Solt just has to delay. That's all. He doesn't have to win this side, and I don't think he will. He's delaying a French or a Russian army that could have been helping in the center. This is rough. Russia has nowhere to run. They can't get across the river in time. Oh, these volleys are just going to disintegrate this Russian infantry so fast. Yeah, there we go. They are going to try to withdraw a little bit at least. Start pushing up towards their artillery potentially. Over on this side, this attack, we have some Carabineers going against some Russian line infantry. Look at that hole they created in that line infantry's formation. I mean, a beautiful charge there. Now we'll see how well it goes. Oh, okay. He did him dirty. Yeah, he did get revenge there. He's like, how dare you, Vasily. We do have some cavalry that hit the flank. Murad's now going to rush over some cuirassiers to try to fix that flanking attack, as Russia really seems to be meaning business. This fight has taken a different tone to it.
Our men are running, sir.
It feels like they've taken a different tone. It feels like things are getting a little more serious. I mean, they have 34 minutes still. Murad's charging over his cavalry. Oh, no, he's not. gonna fall back. Russia's gonna get out of there. Little cheeky charge. And, the Cavaliers broken. Russia's gonna push up. Russia broke some more Grenadiers, surprisingly. Man, Russia's held very well against those beta charges. Over on this side,
Our
Russia
men are
is
running,
broken.
sir.
Now, this is where it'd be very important to, you know, the important decisions are made right here with the lines. Do you go and help this flank? Or do you go help this flank? Which seems to be definitely winning. The risk is, if you don't get there fast enough, Soult will be dead, and you will face a army on your own that is about your strength, and you could still lose. If they shifted over this direction, they'd be helping out Davout and Murat, and potentially they could be winning. Because I don't know if France is winning or not. They still are very healthy. The unit seems to do very well. They are not losing here. A couple more reinforcements on the flank definitely would change that. So, Lod's just, it depends. It really depends. Like, Lod's decision could have cost the French the game, or it may have caused them to win the game. And also, if Soult can hold long enough or inflict enough losses, then Lons can just roll in and destroy a extremely weak Russian army. And Russia does seem to have taken quite a few losses here. Soult by no means is done for yet. They are getting hit pretty hard here on this flank. Got some light infantry here that are going to break before they make it, I guarantee you. That are going to try to drive away this flank here. Lon's still pushing up. I saw a lot of Russians pushing across this river. I'm not sure. Okay, they're falling back. I don't know. I can't say. It's halfway through the battle. By now, you usually can see who's going to win. I think France is going to win. That's my assumption. They've already lost one army. But Russia's almost, or France is like basically lost an army of their own. But this Russian army is basically almost gone, and that's before even, you know, Lons has gotten there. So I think France is gonna win this. They are gonna have way more armies than the Russians will. We have some cavalry here. It depends. If this fight is if this is a decisive win for Russia, then maybe they can win. I think that if Davout is beaten, he's gonna take out a heck of a lot of Russians with him. He is not going to go down without inflicting heavy casualties on the Russian army, making it rather difficult for them to really be able to claim a good victory that is going to help the other side of the fight. So it looks like Soult has actually managed to repel the Russian attackers. He's going to force them back. I don't know if there's artillery for France or for Russia. It looks like maybe they got broken as well. There is a Dragoon unit over here from Murat. So Murat did come over to help out on that side, which is good. Looks like a general, potentially. Murat has to cross the airs. Gonna charge some probably exhausted Dragoons. Oh, he's gonna break them probably pretty easily. Although his guys are very tired as well, so I don't know. It just may come down to numbers. Yeah, they're in advance on a retreating Russian army, so, you know, winning on this side. Looks like Lons is gonna go for Friedland. Try to get the LOC win, maybe. Oh, a beautiful charge by the Russians. Going for that artillery piece. Murat is then gonna charge over his heavies. And Russia probably is gonna lose their cavalry. Well, guys, there's not a whole lot to really say at this point. I mean, it's just observing. Solt and Lons are now united, are gonna try to push this Russian force, which actually Russia wisely pushed back. And that's actually gonna help them out quite a bit here. And Russia has no cav to counteract this Dragoon unit from Murat. We have a bayonet charge of some Grenadiers. Are they gonna die? Will they live to tell the tale? There we go. The cavalry coordinated with the infantry. The Grenadiers did get volleyed in the face and they broke, but more infantry is gonna throw himself in. This is it for Russia, I think. As the world caves in. As the world burns to the ground. Russia runs. One more light infantry here. Right units trying to hold. They already get outflanked, and Russia's dead. Alright, so that's one army down for Russia. Actually, maybe two now. We do have Russia pushing up here with the remainder of their forces. I love the corps uniforms. These are corps, so they're different than the custom. I love the corps uniforms. They're way better than theaters of war uniforms. And these Russians are pretty strong here. Like they are not at all weak. Alright, so we have Davout getting stretched thin here. He's holding along a very large front, and I think he's starting to slowly lose this fight. Keep in mind, imagine if you were this general. You do not know how the rest of the battle is going, and you see yourself slowly losing. You know that you can delay the inevitable for a little bit, but you're like, oh, I'm gonna lose this fight. Like, the sinking feeling slowly is coming in, like, unless you have a miracle, you're gonna lose this fight. Because you wouldn't be able to see, you know, I mean, maybe with the telescope you would see French troops marching. You probably could see Lons, actually. So maybe you'd be like, oh, the end is in sight, we have reinforcements. I mean, over here, it'd be kind of hard to see what's actually happening. It just looks like flashes. There's so much smoke. It'd be so hard to see what was happening on that side. Honestly, you see troops running, you see cav running, you see flashes of musket fire, and a flag of some sort, but it'd be hard to see that. They should have a battle simulator where you can be in the general's position and have, like, you can ride around while the troops are fighting and look at a telescope, and all that sort of stuff, and it'd be really cool. Alright, so here goes the big counterattack here. This is where Davout is determined to make a impact here. Oh, he gets hit by a square. And that's going to cause him to fall back here. More cavalry going in against more Russians. These are the Carabineers getting a juicy charge off. Bayonet. Oh, bayonet charge. A column. The flag bearer leads the way here. They're going in here. I think this may be the beginning of the end for Russia. The Carabineers did break, as there was some reserve infantry here in the tree line. But they are starting to really break down this Russian line. But there are some fresh Russians, not Prussians, mind you, Russians in the tree line. And Russia's going to form up in the hill. With France victorious on the side, they're going to march over to help out with the final side here. It's like he sent one, Lons maybe, sent one line infantry to the town because France has the infantry going to the town. The guard unit, actually. They're those bothersome howitzers. But yeah, Russia's gonna fall back here to their town. Davout, he broke 1 or 2 units, so you know he's probably gonna chalk that up to that's as good as he's gonna get. And he's gonna fall back to his LOC and wait for reinforcements. Where is he at anyway? Yeah, he wouldn't be able to see from here. He wouldn't be able to see anything. He would just see the Russians on the opposite bank, eluding him from victory. He'd also see many a brave soul die. Uh-oh. We may have Davu getting, just trying to get sniped by artillery, so he's going to try to do some serpentine somethings to try to dodge. We also have Murat, who he could actually see this. Oh, who's that over there?
Our men are
Lons.
running, sir.
He can see Lons. Alright, who's running now? Oh no, Davu. Coward. Let's get it. He did get hit by artillery, so he's like, you know what, guys, I've had enough of this. I'm just gonna fall back to France. I'm going back to Paris. You guys just hold on your own. Everything's cherry. And I'll catch up with you guys later. Murat, take over. Most likely is what I feel like you would say. But yeah, I think with France reinforcing, it's going to be over. Davu's falling back just a little bit here. Russia's probably... Oh, wow. Russia's actually getting hit pretty hard by just one line infantry. He's going to have to deal with that. Wow, this one line infantry is breaking Russia. Oh, I hit slow motion. So Russia's going to fall back here. I don't know why Davu... I get that the morale debuff could cause, like, real problems for him. I think he could have stayed where he was at. All right, let's zoom out here so we don't miss anything. But we're gonna see what happens here. We do have some cav taking out the howitzers. Probably gonna go for this artillery piece. Russia doesn't have very much here. Davu could easily just... I think Davu could clean the floor with him with a little bit of help from Murat. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to advance up and attack. Unless he's really going to wait all this time for reinforcements. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see if he waits for reinforcements. With Murat right there, though, I think he could do this. Murat can give some morale boost. See, Russia still has some cavalry. Looks like they're going to make their last stand on this hill here. And Lons is coming. Probably a little bit of salt. With 18 minutes remaining in this replay, man, what a fight, I will say. That was a very good fight on both sides. Both sides got some very, very amazing bayonet charges.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
See, they took the 3-pointer. But with them having a 2-pointer and 1 point, oh, that'd be dead even. They gotta take one more. They have to take this one in order to not be a draw. And I don't see any troops even close. That's a problem. This is a big problem. They're gonna make, it's gonna be a draw. Wow. Oh. Who would have thunk? Right? Oh no, they're gonna they're gonna go in here. So Lons has been given the responsibility of taking this LSC. I mean, they kind of have to at this point. They don't even have to attack. Dude does not have to attack this position. They just had to hold the LSC. Russia's gonna shift over, it looks like, to stop that flank. This is a bloody lane. That's the best thing to call it. The Red Creek. Bloody Creek, I don't know. Something fitting. Cuz. Man. Seriously. Like, yeah, this is, I didn't even get it all. Like, this is why the population was less than it is today, guys. Because of battles like this that happened every, I don't even know how often this would be. But yeah, the French are going to start forming up here. And we're going to have the last probably exchanges of fire here from both sides. Oh, look, there's even some Crossiers. I think some Crossiers mixed in here with this whole side. When both sides refuse to budge, the casualties will start stacking up rather fast. I'm going to just fast forward here because at this point there's not a whole lot really to do except for wait to see how this goes. And it looks like the guard units here are just getting taken out bit by bit. Such brave guys. Interestingly enough, they are actually going to go out of the LOC and probably give some fire to these very tired boys. These grenadiers. Let's see if some Russian guard units can actually do a better job here. If they can beat this grenadier unit, I mean, that's going to be it, because the rest of the French are advancing over here, where still nothing's happening, although Davout may be actually finally advancing here, realizing how small the Russian army is that's actually fighting them. It's still going to come down to this fight, guys, who actually can truly win. I think France, by deathmatch or by army strength, they are going to win. They are going to win because Russia doesn't have anything and they have a very large army left. But per the rules, if Russia
Our
wins
men are running, sir.
This fight, if they win this fight or hold on the entire time, it's a draw. And yeah, a hard-fought draw, granted, but it's a draw. And it looks like Russia is going to start falling back. They are leaving a sacrificial couple troops here. Oh, the general, get him falling back. Countercharge here, general sandwich. Oh my goodness. Did France break? Oh, maybe not over here, though. And Russia is going to have to hold against yet another bayonet charge here. Oh, they're going to break. But, of course, we have more French troops to push up to help on that side. The rest of Russia is going to try to fall back here. I think they're going to try to hope to hold this LOC. Man, this is taking so long now. All right, let me just fast forward here. I mean, this is what we're waiting on. I'll keep an eye on that while
Our
we watch.
men are running, sir.
This is how... Let's see if they can retreat the proper way. There's a certain way to retreat. I'm not saying I've mastered it, but I actually had a live... Oh, Russia has Cav still. Man, look at this, though. Russia broke that first side here. This is where you keep falling back, guys. You keep falling back. Although Russia may just want to stand and fight at this point. It's not a bad idea, you know, in that fight to stand and fight. I'm going to say, they did leave it, but I'm going to say this is a French and this is a French LOC. They've taken both those, they held them, they have troops closest to them. I don't know if they're actually focusing on that for this game, but I'm going to say that. I mean, obviously they are trying to take this. Both sides are. And I think it's going to be a draw. 4 minutes left. I mean, they have to do something soon. Rip these, how many? Light infantry that are turning slowly to... Oh, here we got some Russian cav to save the day. Mirasa sending his Crossiers a last glorious charge here in the field. Dragoons breaking. Crossiers actually starting to have some problems. They swear doing some shooting right into that. And these grenadiers holding. Wow, I love the hats actually. But you can see that France is going to go in.
Our men are running.
And they're going to start curving in. Miraz going to charge the backs of these light infantry. Oh, beautiful. He's actually going to square. You see the general way in the back here, still trying to wrap his men. Still nothing. Both sides are going to be at a standstill for that. All right, it's going to be a draw. That's why I couldn't predict it, guys. It's a draw. That's why. Oh, wait. Okay, they took that one. They took it back. I would hope that they're going to go and take that 2-pointer. Oh, they have a unit in there. All right, you can see they have a unit in there, so 3 versus 3. What an interesting map. I kind of like that the map is such that it's not just holding these two. You have to take this 3-pointer, it's a dead even, or you have to take all of the houses. And this small little town over here is probably really rough. It's right next to Friedland. Russia has access to it, so Russia actually has the most points, which is why this is a defense attack map, and Russia has an advantage of defending. Over here's the last stand of Russia. Brave Russia. Unless there's a miracle, guys, in the next minute and 24 seconds.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they
Russia's
must
gonna
break.
hold this. I'm just gonna fast forward through that last minute. So I think what created or made this battle, like what were the mistakes? That's what I try to always do in these replays. Not to bash any player necessarily, but to just be able to evaluate, you know, what was done wrong, what was done right. I think Murat was not over here in the very beginning, and that's what actually hurt them. Russia ran amok around poor Solt and Lons, especially Solt, but they were able to just destroy Solt and Lons. And yeah, I think that's actually what caused the problems here. Wow, look at this. So 12-12, a 10 and 11 versus a 12-12, 12 and 9. It was Bagration, Duktorov, and Bagration. The kills and deaths, I mean, the kills on both sides, so dead even. Look at that. The lowest 3 were so close to each other. 850, 833, 898. And then 18 for Davout. Davout was holding all by himself for a very long time, so no surprise there. And then 11, 10, 10, 30. Like, this was a very good battle, I would say. Let's see what got the most kills. Yeah, look at this. A lot of units got like 100 plus. I mean, that's 6, 7 units, and then a bunch got in the 90s too. No wonder he got so many kills just standing in a line fight for so long. Davout lost 10 men and broke. Unfortunately, he did not get to see his men led to victory by Murat. I'm assuming that's what would happen. But either way, guys, a good battle. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have good replays like this, go ahead and please send them my way. I will greatly appreciate it. I can't say I'll get to them immediately. A status update on the channel in frequency videos. I am testing this week for my Fire 1, Fire 2, and after that, they haven't exactly told me the scenarios for what's going to happen, but I think I'll be going out in the field, which would mean I will be home a lot more, and I'm not going to have a bunch of homework to do. So I will be making more videos, live streaming more often, and that's exciting. I feel very excited to get back to it. I've missed it a lot for sure. So you guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for continuing to subscribe and support my channel. It does mean a lot to me. It's very exciting to see the channel still growing. So that's about it for me today, guys. You all stay safe. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in another video.